It did not happen to me, it happened to my favorite officer. So he got off pulling a double shift and he's on his way to his family, but he stops at the gas station. He says, pull up, and there's a kid just pulling up, meaning like 20-year-old, he said, boy, and there's a woman and a man in a car parked there. They're both inside the vehicle, but they're hollering at each other, fighting. So, he notices this. He goes in to do whatever he's doing. And by the time he comes out, he gets to see the woman basically get out of the vehicle, slam the car door. He, being a man, notices that she's wearing, he said, a top so low cut. He was like, you can't buy this in regular stores. He said her, I quote, titties were just about to fall out. It wouldn't take anything for them to fall out the front of this top. And I go, oh, she's a hooker. And he's like, so, and the guy peels off. Okay. So he says, and he said, and this is just super quick. So the gal looks over, sees the 20-year-old standing at the pump, just finishing up fueling. And he says she takes a couple steps over, grabs him by the back of the head and shoves his face into her bosom, which has now pulled. She is now all exposed, and the kid is right there, and he goes, and he says, and I'm not kidding, if that happened to me, I would have been like, what? And he said, but the kid just latches on, shall we say. And he's like, I guess the kid's thinking it's my lucky day. And he says, next thing you know, he hears more loud noises, looks up, the guy is back in the car, jumps out, grabs the kid away from the woman, and just commences to beating the crap out of this poor kid. And he said, and he said, I would have gotten out and helped him, but it was like, what? And then a cop pulls right in. So a cop had been actually chasing the guy, because the police who was giving chase was, basically seconds behind the other guy. My friend is getting out now. Of course, he's the cop, but then, so he's still in his uniform, but he's off duty, and this guy's obviously on duty. So he kind of stood back, let the on-duty cop for that jurisdiction do whatever it was, and offered assistance, and it wasn't necessary, except he then had to stay after working a double and give a statement. And Billy said, so part of my statement was, she put her titty in his mouth. That's a quote.